No.
No, I'm done.
This camping trip wasn't the only one that took a mysterious turn. On the other side of the world, another solo adventurer ventured into the wilderness, and although everything seemed peaceful at first, it didn't stay that way for long. The story comes from Oman Newu, an Indonesian YouTube channel run by Oman, a well-known figure famous for his solo journeys into some of the most haunted and eerie forests in the country. His content stands out for its unique mix of nature's beauty and the chilling suspense of the unknown. In his latest video, something unexpected happened. On May 16, 2025, Oman arrived at the edge of a forest long believed to be haunted. With daylight still on his side, he began his hike, walking deeper into the quiet woods in search of the perfect spot to set up camp. Even though the uneasy feeling of spending the night alone in a place like this was there, Oman was excited. This was exactly the kind of adventure he lives for. Everything seemed to go smoothly. He found a nice open area, pitched his tent, and as the sun slowly disappeared behind the trees, he lit a campfire, cooked some food, and relaxed, surrounded by the peaceful sounds of nature, until things slowly started to change. As the night grew deeper, the atmosphere slowly turned more unsettling. The warm crackle of the campfire, once comforting, now sounded faint, almost swallowed by a strange silence creeping in from the trees. Oman began to feel uneasy, whether it was just the power of suggestion from the eerie stories tied to this forest or something truly unseen watching him. He couldn't tell. Fortunately, he had already set up several cameras around the campsite, just in case something unexpected happened. And sure enough, it wasn't long before something unusual began to unfold. It could have easily been just an animal. But according to Oman, whatever was captured on camera that night was unlike anything he'd ever encountered in all his years exploring the forest alone. Even though he didn't see the mysterious figure with his own eyes, a creeping sense of unease started to build inside him, as if something unseen was watching him from the darkness. And as it turned out, that wasn't the only disturbing moment. While Oman was fast asleep inside his tent, strange and unexplainable things began to happen, just outside where he lay. The next morning, when Oman reviewed the footage from his cameras, a chill ran down his spine. He had slept soundly through the night, unaware of anything unusual, but the cameras missed nothing. What he saw made his heart race. It was terrifying, yet oddly satisfying. At first, he thought the night had been quiet and uneventful, but now he was convinced that something strange had happened, maybe even something from beyond this world. So what do you think? Was it just a natural occurrence, like a gust of wind caught on camera? Or did Oman actually capture something that defies all logic? The answer is up to you. Discomfort doesn't always come from what you see. Sometimes it's a feeling, something invisible yet unmistakable, creeping in slowly until it's impossible to ignore. That's exactly what happened to Eleanor when her peaceful solo trip suddenly shifted into something far more unsettling. Something that made every instinct in her scream, "Leave now." Eleanor is an outdoor enthusiast who often ventures into nature alone and shares her journeys through her YouTube channel, Eleanor Grace Adventures. Her videos are usually filled with calming scenery, quiet campsites, and the peaceful solitude of the wild. But the video she uploaded on May 21st, 2025, told a very different story, one she never expected to experience. That day, Eleanor set out on a solo trip to a hidden lake tucked away in Dartmoor National Park in the southwest of England. The weather was perfect, and the setting was everything she had hoped for. After setting up her tent and taking in the serene surroundings, she decided to take a swim in the calm, mirror-like water. But the moment her body touched the surface, something shifted. The peaceful silence she had enjoyed began to feel unsettling.
There's a really, really weird noise coming from up there. I don't know if someone's wild camping and pumping up something, because that's what I can hear. It sounds like that. Either that or it's extremely loud, heavy panting. God, I hope it's someone wild camping. Anyway, Dartmoor is like a military training base. They do a lot of training around here basically, so I had to check the times for when they were doing that. There's various areas on Dartmoor where you can wild camp, and this falls under one of the legal areas you can do it. Yeah, it was coming from up there. It is pretty eerie when you're on your own.
Eleanor didn't really know what she had heard that night, but there was one thing she couldn't ignore. A strong feeling that she wasn't alone. It felt as if invisible eyes were watching her from the shadows. The realization that she was completely alone in such a remote place hit her hard, and her fear suddenly became very real. Trusting her instincts, Eleanor made a tough call. She quickly packed up her tent and left the spot that had felt so peaceful just hours earlier. That night, she chose to sleep in her car, parked in a safer location away from the lake. To some, her reaction might seem like an overreaction. But when you're deep in the wilderness, far from help, listening to your gut can be the thin line between an unforgettable adventure and a situation that turns dangerous. What do you think? Was it just anxiety getting the best of her? Or was there really something unseen lurking in the woods that night? Share your thoughts in the comments. One thing's for sure, nature is beautiful, but it doesn't always welcome everyone. Bear is a true adventurer. driven by his love for the wild and a deep curiosity about the unknown. Through his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear, he often takes viewers deep into mysterious hidden places far off the beaten path. In the video posted on May 5th, 2025, Bear wasn't alone. He was joined by Dee, the creator behind the channel Dee's Dark Adventures. Together, they set out on a car camping trip in a remote forest long rumored to be home to cryptid sightings. Fueled by curiosity and a thirst for adventure, they wanted to find out whether the stories were just old legends, or if there was something real behind them. At first, the atmosphere was light and fun. They picked a spot to camp, enjoyed dinner, and shared laughs around the campfire, almost forgetting why they had come. But then an unfamiliar sound suddenly cut through the silence of the night, instantly reminding them. This forest might be hiding more than just old tales.
Man, I wasn't even recording. I know. That big bang back there.
I said, did you see it? I meant, did you hear it? I got so excited. Yeah, there's a...
I wasn't recording, was you?
No, I just turned it on.
We
We're sitting here clapping, getting ready to
just
go.
got done eating kielbasa. Oh my goodness. That was freaking loud, man. I thought we was going to be able to chill for like 30 minutes.
Right, no. Dude.
That was loud. That was the same thing. I got that on camera.
Did you? I think I did too. Yeah, I'm recording, yeah. I was paying attention.
Acting quickly, Bear and Dee grabbed their gear and moved swiftly toward the direction of the mysterious sound. Curiosity pushed them forward, hoping to uncover the source of the loud, echoing bangs deep in the forest. And who knows, if they were lucky, they just might capture the moment on camera.
So the first one I was thinking maybe a tree snapped in half, but I didn't get that on camera, but the second one, there's no way,
Right,
you know,
I don't
two.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I get it all
So
the time.
that throws me even more then, because
I
it's
get-
not just the one.
Oh, come on.
It's raining.
This trail here leads you straight to the lake
Oh, we got two trails.
and the island that I told you about.
It don't look like many people take that trail.
No.
Something just moving over there.
Dude,
Wait a minute.
dude, there's eyes.
Wait a minute.
Dude.
Oh, my camera's not getting that.
Oh my god, dude.
There-
Dude!
What is that?
I don't know. There's a, dude.
I can't zoom. My camera's so stinking wet. There's two of them.
Dude.
There's two. Those things are freaking huge. Hey, hold on. Man, that ain't normal eyes. Normal eyes. That ain't normal. Whoa. No.
No, I'm done.
That single moment was enough to leave Bear and Dee completely shaken. Whatever creature those eyes belonged to, whether it was a wild animal or something far more mysterious, it was far too big, far too close, and unlike anything they had ever seen before. They came looking for adventure, but risking their lives was never part of the plan. Without hesitation, they ran through the forest, too afraid to look back, silently praying that whatever they had seen wasn't following them. When they finally made it back to their campsite, everything seemed calm. There were no signs of being followed, but the uneasy feeling never left. That night, safely locked inside their car, the tension slowly faded, just enough for them to finally get some rest. Still, questions kept spinning in their minds. So what do you think Bear and Dee really saw out there? A large animal? A trick of the light? Or something far stranger? Something hiding in the forgotten corners of the world we don't fully understand? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. This video comes from the TikTok account Psychosocial, which so far has only posted 2 videos, both featuring kayaking. But one of them quickly grabbed attention due to its unexpectedly eerie tone. The footage shows a man on what was meant to be a peaceful camping and fishing trip in April 2021. As he paddled his kayak through the scenic wilderness of New Braunfels, Texas, everything seemed perfect. The sky was clear, the water was calm, and there were no signs of trouble. But suddenly, that tranquility was shattered by a piercing scream that cut through the silence. Startled and unsure of what he had just heard, the man quickly grabbed his GoPro and hit record.
Those birds freaked out. What the hell is that noise? I'm going over there. Hey, do y'all hear that screaming? Is that something I should be like worried about?
Yeah, there's people under there.
I think my day's about to be ruined.
As he paddled closer to the source of the sound, the screaming grew louder and more urgent. There was no longer any doubt. It was definitely a human voice filled with panic, like someone desperately crying out for help. His heart pounded. A sense of dread began to creep in, and he knew this wasn't something he could just ignore. With caution and alertness, he kept following the direction of the voice. Calling out as he moved, he hoped to hear a reply, or at least find some sign that someone out there truly needed help.
Are you okay? Well, I didn't hear any screams for help back. Yeah. No one called out when I asked if they were okay. Hopefully they're just having a bad trip or something. I thought it was like a bobcat or something at first. I don't know if I should call the... You think I should call the police?
It sounded like somebody was yelling.
Yeah, I'll probably call them and just tell them someone's screaming under the bridge. I mean,
I don't know where they're going to enter, if it's going to be on the south side of the bridge.
it's on the south side?
I mean, to get to it, to be easy for them to get there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna call. I'm not going up there. But if someone needs help.
The moment the screaming suddenly stopped after he called out, instead of feeling relief, even more questions flooded his mind. The atmosphere grew heavier, and a sense of dread began to creep in. Feeling it was too risky to continue alone, he quickly called 911 to report what he had just experienced. Authorities assured him that officers would be dispatched to the area, but the choice to stay or leave was entirely up to him. Still, his curiosity had already taken hold. He kept listening intently, hoping to catch even the faintest sound that might offer a clue. But the silence remained. And somehow that silence only made his urge to uncover the truth stronger. Not long after, he and a few other kayakers decided to explore the area together, moving slowly and carefully, hoping to find answers to the strange mystery they had just stumbled into.
Hello? Hello?
Is anyone up here? You see anyone? No? There's no one up here, but there's stuff like, it looks like fresh tea or something. Well, I guess we stopped whatever was happening.
Maybe. Or gave her opportunity to run. Huh?
While it was somewhat reassuring that no one appeared to be in immediate danger, it still didn't explain what they had actually heard. Feeling like they had done everything they could, they eventually left the area, hoping that whatever had happened was truly over. After the video was uploaded, the comment section quickly filled with theories. Some viewers believed the scream sounded like a child, while others thought it came from a tunnel near the water. However, the owner of the psychosocial account later clarified that he was certain the voice belonged to a woman, and he was equally sure it hadn't come from the tunnel. He explained that although GoPro microphones can sometimes distort sound direction, he had heard it in person, and in real life the direction was much clearer. Still, no one ever came forward. There were no missing persons linked to the event, and no updates ever followed. So what do you think really happened that day? Was it a woman in serious danger? Or could it have been someone shouting under the influence of something? Share your thoughts in the comments. The Japanese ghost hunting channel, Binu TV, takes viewers on a journey through the darkest and most haunted corners of the country. Paranormal investigator Shoko bravely enters an old, abandoned train station, what he considers the most terrifying place he's ever visited. Once, Higashi Aoyama Station was a busy and vital transportation hub. But disaster struck when an accident inside a tunnel triggered a massive landslide that killed 25 people and severely damaged the railway tracks. The rails were buried under the earth, and a new station was built to replace the old one. Now the haunted old station and its eerie tunnel have been overtaken by a dense, overgrown forest. Locals often share chilling stories about the station's haunted past, believing the spirits of those who died in the tragedy still linger there. Unaware of the horrors that await, Chiru decides to investigate the dark mystery of the haunted station on his own.
マジでさ、こういうとこからこうやって、やっぱこの高さっていうのが怖いけど、どうしてもリアリティだよね。この白線の感じと。いやでも一生来ることのない電車をさ、こうやって待つわけだから。 ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って、本当に怖い。今手になんかついてたって。虫？
Have you ever witnessed this moment? Kyoko emerged from the dark, mysterious tunnel and stepped onto the old, fragile platform. Suddenly, something brushed against his arm, startling him so much that he dropped his flashlight. When he turned around to check, all he saw were dark shadows and eerie silence. Some viewers claim they saw a mysterious hand reaching out to touch Kyoko, while Tew believes it was probably just a small insect passing by. So, what do you think really happened? Could it be one of the restless spirits said to haunt this forgotten train station? Share your thoughts in the comments below.